What's going on, y'all? This 85 Sports Talk. And, I'm hitting y'all, with the recap of the Tank versus Roach fight. And, yeah, man, I'll just say politics and boxing, man. The main event, me personally, I think it kind of gives boxing a black eye. And it just shows you, the politics of boxing. Overall, a very, very good card, though. Better than I expected. You had, you had Jared Hurd on the preliminaries. He announced that, he lose that one. He hanging it up. He ended up, getting a loss on a split decision. Actually, he ended his career on a good note, man. It wasn't a horrible, loss, or, he didn't go out bad. But I think it is really time to, hang it up. You're a former champion at the 154 division, was at a point one of the top guys at that division. But it's just, it's all good things must come to an end. Shout out to him, man, for, having a very good career. But it's been on the downslide, and after several losses, he couldn't bounce back. And much love to him for giving the sport some great fights. So shout out to him. He did take the L, but I just wanted to take my time to give him his just due. And speaking of guys that's was very good in a division, former champion, and that's Julian J. Rock Williams. He just he suffered an L as well. To Tellez, the young Cuban fighter, 10-0, I believe 7 knockouts. He definitely a very talented young kid. He won by unanimous decision, rightfully so. He did his damn thing out there, so I'm gonna definitely be looking out for him, in the near future. It's definitely looking bright for him. What a great performance he put on. And you got the WBC title, Alberto Puello facing Sandor Martin. It was a WBC. He was defending his title. He won the title. Puello won the title from Gary Antoine Russell in the last fight. He's his first title defense against Sandor Martin. He won by decision. But in my opinion, man, I thought Sandor won the fight. I thought he did enough to win. It's been very unfortunate for Sandor. The last couple of his big fights, it ended in controversy, in my opinion. The TO fight, I thought you could say he won that one as well, man. He just got another short end of the stick this time, so it's very unfortunate. But shout out, to Puello, he did his thing, and I guess it's that classic case of not doing enough as the challenger for to take the title. You do got to take it. I do agree with that, but it's just very unfortunate. Sandor Martin, he had a long career, man, over 40 fights, his first title shot, and then to get a very, very weird decision like that is very. It's just messed up, man, just to see. But he's definitely a very good fighter. Definitely always going to be a good ass fight if you facing him. And that was a good fight too. So we're gonna move on to the WBA title defense of Rayo Venezuela. He defended his title against Gary Antoine Russell. This was a highly anticipated matchup. It definitely lived up to the hype. It definitely was a very impressive victory. And, Gary Antoine Russell, he definitely put on a great show, man. He ended up getting the victory, taking the title from Rayo. I thought my prediction was Rayo would win in decision, but Gary Antoine Russell pretty much dominated the entire fight. I thought he barely lost a round. He down there threw 1,000 punches, man. So he was sharp. He was focused, and he had an incredible game plan. And shout out to Gary Russell Jr., man, showing his training skills. I thought he gave great advice. He kept Gary Antoine, very focused and not being lackadaisical. And he ended up, you know, having an incredible game plan from the jump, was to be aggressive, uh, like just outwork the hell out of the champion. And that's the classic case of just taking it. Like, the previous fight I was just talking about, Sandor, when I think about it, he ain't really take it. As the challenger, man, you got to take the title. You can't just win the title on, a weak decision. So I thought he edged it out, um, Sandor, but he ended up taking the L. But shout out to Gary Antoine Russell, man. Very impressive victory. His 18th victory. He got the highest KO percentage in boxing. Definitely. I didn't think it would be a KO. I thought it would definitely go to the decision. Both of them is pretty good boxers. And Rayo Venezuela, man, he had a terrible performance in my opinion. I thought his game plan was not good at all. But again, Gary Antoine Russell, man, he did his thing, man, with the heavy output. He was stalking them, walking them down. He stayed busy, and Rayo just couldn't get going. Again, hell of a game plan. And shout out to Gary Antoine Russell, man, for getting that WBA 140-pound championship. And I'm looking forward to the rematch of Puello and Gary Antoine Russell. Will be even a bigger fight because it'll be a unification fight. So looking forward to seeing that. And I get on, to the main event, Tank versus Lamont Roach, man. And what a very disappointing performance from Tank. I honestly, watching it, I thought Lamont won the fight. I thought he pulled it out. The controversial knee. I thought that was the separation from the fight, but I mean, he didn't get the knee. It's a couple of things in that fight where, you see the politics and the corruption of the A sides and shit like that. Because if that would have been any other fighter, not named Tank Davis, he definitely would have got points taken away from him, and possible disqualification, and that definitely would have been a knee, man. It's a very, very disappointing performance from Tank. I expected, to him to do what he do. He couldn't get going. Lamont Roach, he kept busy enough in exchanging with him, and having him to reset, because Tank is a guy, he wanna shoot, power shots, but he liked to time them. And Lamont didn't give him that opportunity. And I thought Lamont had an incredible defensive game plan, man. He was slipping punches, slipping them, man. It's an incredible performance from him. It ended up being a draw, again, which I thought Lamont won the fight. It would have been upset of the 2020s. But yeah, man. So much respect to Lamont Roach. All the respect in the world to him. He definitely made a name for himself. He's definitely he should campaign at 135. He stood his ground. He was the smaller man, but he showed a lot of heart, grit, determination. And he executed a hell of a game plan. And Tank, man, I don't know. He definitely got to get back to the drawing board, because after the press conference and shit like that, it was just a bunch of excuses, greasing your eye, and the knee. Like, I never seen nothing like that in boxing, where you can take a time out in boxing. Like, you can't do that. Shoulder, low blows. Like, he was just getting away with a lot of stuff, and it just made me realize how corrupt, boxing is. And I think, as a fan, huge fan of boxing, I seriously think it gave the boxing a bit of a black eye. That's just my opinion. I don't know, and the fact that he don't want to run it back immediately, that's kind of crazy to me. It tells me a lot as well. So I don't know, man. But shout out to the fight, man. It was better than anticipated. A back and forth, um, and showing me how tough of a competitor Lamont Roach is. So yeah, Lamont, there's no more disrespect for him. He earned respect throughout the whole boxing world. As a couple people I know even said, that would be a tough fight for Tank. And it proved to be that. So definitely got to give him his respect. And Tank Davis, I see why you was reluctant to get in there with the other elite fighters. You definitely got flaws in your game. I thought you got exposed. But I think him just being at the top of where he's at. I don't think he came into this fight being like, he was just being too respectful, too humble. He shouldn't have. I thought he showed too much respect. He should have got back to it, man. I'm looking forward to seeing where the careers go of these two guys, man. And shout out to the full card, man. It's very a disappointing, end result, but overall, you had a couple title fights, three title fights, and yeah, man, just a just a wild ass night of boxing. And I'm gonna be back with y'all real soon, man. We got it's some lineups coming up real soon. Nothing too crazy on the boxing scene for like another month. We got the Boots fight coming up. Excited about that. And I'm gonna be back soon, man. Shout out to the podcast, Bridger Talk, Hub, Phil. You know what we do, man. And I'll be back with y'all, man, with another one. And yeah, man. And boxing, it gotta pick up, man, because this is bad for boxing. Man, shout out to everybody, all the supporters, the likes, the views. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll be back soon with something real soon as far as boxing. I'm gonna try to do some different shit too with the boxing. All right, man, I'm out.